In 1997, a medical therapy was approved in the US that, at first glance, sounded like science fiction. An implanted pacemaker that sends targeted electrical impulses to a single nerve to control severe, untreatable epileptic seizures. What was then a highly specialized niche procedure is now at the epicenter of a global health trend because this one nerve, the vagus nerve, is increasingly revealing itself as the secret conductor of our entire well-being. How can a single nerve pathway have such a far-reaching influence on our physical and mental health?
The answer lies in its unique anatomy and function. The name vagus is derived from the Latin vagare, which means to wander, a perfect description. As the 10th cranial nerve, it originates in the brainstem and travels from there through the entire torso, connecting with almost every important organ, the heart, lungs, stomach, and gut. It's the main player in the parasympathetic nervous system, our built-in rest and recovery mode. The astonishing part is its direction of communication. About 80% of its nerve fibers are afferent, meaning they send information from the body to the brain. Only 20% transmit commands in the other direction. So the vagus nerve is less of a commander and more of a highly sensitive reporter, continuously telling the brain how the body is doing.
And it's precisely this reporting that seems to be massively disrupted in our modern world. We live in a state of permanent alert. The job, the constant availability, the incessant stream of news. All of this keeps us in fight or flight mode, the domain of the sympathetic nervous system. Our system forgets how to switch back to recovery mode. We all feel the consequences. We feel rushed, sleep poorly, and have a sense that we've lost the connection to our own bodies. It's as if the vital data line to the brain is only transmitting noise and static.
This noise can be objectively measured. The gold standard for assessing vagus nerve activity is heart rate variability, or HRV. It describes our heart's ability to flexibly adjust the time interval from one beat to the next. An active vagus nerve ensures high variability, a sign of adaptability and stress resilience. Chronic stress, on the other hand, inhibits the vagus nerve. HRV drops, and the heartbeat becomes more rigid. Research findings clearly indicate that chronically low HRV is a significant risk factor for diseases of civilization, including high blood pressure, heart attacks, and also psychological conditions like depression and anxiety disorders. The static on the line, therefore, manifests as tangible pathological changes.
Many people experience this very directly in their core. The saying, "my stomach is in knots from stress," takes on a whole new dimension here. When the vagus connection is disrupted, communication between the gut and brain is also disturbed. For some, this leads to a loss of appetite. For others, to cravings for unhealthy foods. Digestion gets out of sync, and we feel drained of energy. It's as if the brain can no longer properly decipher the signals from the gut and is essentially flying blind.
And this deciphering is far more complex than we long thought. The vagus nerve is the primary data highway of the gut-brain axis. It doesn't just transmit simple signals like stomach full. It's also capable of perceiving the chemical messages sent by our gut microbiome. Trillions of bacteria produce metabolic byproducts that, via the vagus nerve, directly influence our mood and cognition. Even more importantly, it plays the role of the body's chief anti-inflammatory agent. Through the cholinergic anti-inflammatory pathway, it can actively suppress the production of pro-inflammatory messengers. A healthy vagus nerve is, therefore, literally a built-in peacekeeper, nipping the silent inflammation that is the root of many chronic diseases in the bud.
If this nerve is so powerful, it's only logical that medicine wants to target it directly. Invasive vagus nerve stimulation for epilepsy was just the beginning. Today, there's intensive research into non-invasive devices that can stimulate the vagus nerve externally through the skin, usually at a specific point on the ear where a branch of the nerve is particularly accessible. The hope is to treat diseases like Crohn's disease, rheumatoid arthritis, or even long COVID symptoms.
The mechanism behind this is fascinating. The electrical impulses act like a reset for the misregulated system. They send a clear, rhythmic signal to the brainstem, which dampens the overactive stress axis and helps the vagus nerve regain control. It's like giving a new, clear rhythm to an orchestra that's out of sync. While the research is still in its early stages, the therapeutic potential is enormous and could change the treatment of many inflammatory and neurological disorders.
But the truly revolutionary insight is that we don't have to wait for implants or special devices. We all have the ability to train our rest nerve ourselves with surprisingly simple means that are available to us at any time. The most powerful tool is our own breath. A very simple technique is to consciously extend the exhalation, for example, breathing in for 4 seconds and out for 6 to 8 seconds. Another surprisingly effective method, cold, a splash of ice-cold water on the face in the morning. And then there are methods that seem almost playful, gargling with water, singing loudly, or deep humming.
The physiological explanation for this is compellingly clear and direct. The extended exhalation is the universal signal to the vagus nerve to calm the heartbeat and shift the body into relaxation mode. The cold stimulus on the face triggers the ancient diving reflex, a protective mechanism controlled by the vagus nerve that immediately slows down metabolism to conserve oxygen. And the vibrations from humming or gargling gently massage the vagus nerve where it runs along the neck. Each of these techniques is a direct physical stimulation that actively breaks the vicious cycle of the stress response.
So you can also use nutrition as a major lever. A gut-friendly diet with plenty of fiber from vegetables, probiotic foods like yogurt or kefir, and healthy omega-3 fatty acids from fish or flaxseed oil specifically nourishes the good bacteria in our gut. And a healthy, diverse microbiome is the best prerequisite for clear and positive communication along the gut-brain axis. It's a holistic system.
Exactly. The fiber feeds the bacteria that produce anti-inflammatory substances like butyrate. The vagus nerve perceives these molecules and reports to the brain, everything is fine down here. Omega-3 fatty acids are crucial for the health of nerve cell membranes, thus improving signal transmission. It's all about creating an environment in and around the body that promotes safety, regeneration, and interference-free communication.
So perhaps the most important message is this: we are not helpless in the face of our inner turmoil. The vagus nerve isn't an abstract scientific term, but a real physical part of us that we can train like a muscle. By learning to integrate these simple techniques into our daily lives, we actively take the wheel of our own nervous system, moving from the passenger seat to the driver's seat of our health.
And science is only just beginning to unlock the full potential of this inner resource. Research on the vagus nerve is one of the most dynamic fields in modern medicine. The most important step, however, is to become aware of this inner connection. Start with just one thing. Take 5 minutes today to simply breathe out, deeply and slowly. Don't think of it as another task on your to-do list, but as a conscious conversation with your own body. It's the beginning of a lifelong, healing friendship with your nervous system.
We would like to thank you sincerely for spending this episode with us. Your support and interest mean a great deal to us. We hope you have taken away some fascinating insights and valuable food for thought. Stay curious, informed, and inspired. Together, we are shaping a better future. As always, we wish everyone a long, healthy, and happy life. Until next time.